Hey guys, what's up? So welcome back to another video. So I know there's always been a lot of wires, but never mind about that. Let's jump on the video straight away. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the process. Okay, the interview process. This is something that I learned from Miha Matlievsky. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. So you can go and check him out on Facebook or Instagram. I'll tag him, of course. So there are three processes. The first is pre-interview, the interview, and the post-interview. So this is something that actually I was following way before during my my like earlier podcast, but I actually stopped it because I thought that people are actually would consume a lot of time and stuff. The guests maybe not actually that much interested in spending a lot of time, but that's actually quite the opposite when it comes to the podcasting community itself. Okay, because if you are like interviewing a freelancer or a digital marketer or a finance analyst, something like that, those people don't have a lot of time. For them, you can be up to the point, you can build some sort of relationship, yes. But if you're interviewing another podcaster itself, it really is an amazing thing to do. Okay, so the first thing is the pre-interview process. In the pre-interview process, obviously you can do is do a little chit chat, like say that hi guest, how are you, ask some questions like so how about the weather. This is something that I actually learned from Miha itself, like the weather and the coronavirus, of course, what's happening there, and what are the extra things that they're doing, and what are all the new things they are into, and what are the old things they have dropped, their habits, their hobby, many stuff. Okay, there's no like limit to it. You can just ask any question, something personal, professional, anything, but make sure that you keep the limit to itself, because sometimes people don't want to go overboard about asking stuff. That's one. And the interview itself, something that if you're like having a podcast up to 20 minutes, that's actually the maximum time a podcast, optimum time, not maximum time, optimum time podcast should be. So you can do that. If they're happening for 20 minutes means, make it short, like the question answer, but make sure the question is not like ask the question itself. In my old podcast, I actually do this because whenever my question is arised, I actually get the question from the background of the guest itself. Let's say, for example, that a guest is having a podcast community. What you can do is you can just you are about to ask a question, what are all things that I should do in order to create a community like this. You can, instead of asking that, you can say, hey Mr. Nick or whoever it is, you have a really good community. I mean, I'm really astonished by that. I actually tried a lot, but I couldn't succeed. So just tell me more about it. How did you do it? Just give me some tips. So you can actually ask a question for yourself, which actually can benefit the podcasting community, your audience itself. Okay, so you can do that as well. So that's the interview. And for the post-interview process, what you can do is once you did the closing, like, hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. So if there are anything else, just let me know. Okay, those things. Once you've done that, what you can do is you can go to you can say the guest, wait, don't go. Just this is podcast done. And if you are to ask for any photos or pictures of a feedback or any kind of support from them, any kind of last like any kind of things that you're doing, like not sales, but the job that you're doing, something like anything other than the podcast that you recorded, and also the requirements for the taking up. Because if you're recording for a video podcast, you will need some graphics for pictures for them, for their links and all. So you can just ask them that. Yeah, texting is also best. That's what I was supposed to do, but you can do the video as well. That's totally up to your convenience. So these are mostly three steps: the pre-interview, where you get to chat about what we're going to do about the podcast and what we have done, something personal or professional itself. And the interview, that's something that you are scheduled, it's your own. And the post podcast is something like saying thank you and what do you think about it. Mostly ask for feedback, or it's actually really good, because you will never know what they're going to say. They may even connect you to the another guest, like Agnes Bilic, in my podcast said, they can connect you to our next guest itself. So that's totally up to you. So these are the tips that I think that you should follow. It will be really useful. So just let me know, guys, in the comments once you have followed this. So I know in my podcasting community, I have some podcasts like P. Shokrecha and some other like, God, I forgot his name. His name is, I don't exactly remember his name. It's actually Instagram ID is Uncooked Thoughts. So I actually still haven't replied to his DM. I still have to go and do that. So these are the things that are really important. So make sure to keep that in mind. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, like it and share it and comment in this video. So if you have any questions, leave in the comments. I'll definitely ask it in the podcasting questions if you have any. Okay. Thank you so much guys for listening to this podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.